What's going on, guys? It's your old pal CHH here, and today we're looking at a new title coming up from Paramount this very coming week. We're talking about an absolute classic. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your favorite genre movie is. There are Christmas movies that are a part of our lives that we watch probably every year, and above the very tip top of that list is Bill Murray's Scrooged, and this is a title that I was hoping Paramount was going to actually restore, because it could look really great. Number one, it's a movie that's extremely visual, big city atmosphere, that sort of thing, and it's a classic. So, last year when they had Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, while it's kind of a multifaceted thing with that one. The picture quality, I don't think, was as good as people were hoping that restoration could have been, but they did pack it with special features. But for me, when it comes to movies like this, the number one thing I want is a great restoration, hands down, bar none. So I just finished watching the brand new 4K of Scrooged from Paramount, and I am happy to report, oh my God, this movie looked incredible. This was a 9.8, 9.9 out of 10 4K. I have the old Blu-ray release and things like that, and this one just absolutely pummeled the old Blu-ray. It's probably one of the best 4K scans I've seen this year. I mean, there's a number of great ones I've seen, like Pumpkinhead and, Ghoulies, and I would absolutely put Scrooged in that conversation for one of the best. I was just so happy. In the off chance you haven't seen Scrooge is more of, I say modern, this is an 80s movie, a late 80s movie, but at the time, this was a modern retelling of the classic Ebenezer Scrooge story, where Bill Murray is this big high-rise, TV executive, the youngest TV executive in TV history as well. And he's so concerned with everything but the things he should be, like family love, and things like that. Everything that he's concerned about is his ratings, how well do the people above him like him, not being very generous on Christmas by giving everybody bath towels, making his secretary work late, even though she scheduled a doctor's appointment 2 months in advance. Like, if I gotta work late, you gotta work late. Just funny. Bill's really good in this movie. This is one of Bill's best performances, I think. In this movie, what I like about Bill is, even in the beginning when he's playing a jerk, he still manages to have a likable quality about him. There's hints and moments of, like, in the beginning, like, you can tell he's got some compassion and charm. Obviously what happens is, the ghosts of Christmas past comes in the form of his old, boss that passed away. And this is one of the coolest scenes in the movie, because, especially in 4K, he comes back as one of the best looking zombies I've ever seen. The makeup effects on his boss was absolutely incredible. And there's even a scene where he pours himself a drink and he starts drinking it, and then all the drink starts spouting out of holes in his body. Looked incredible in 4K, by the way. And that's another thing I wanted to say was, I wouldn't call them dated effects, but there are certainly some very modest optical effects and things like that. This was pre-CGI. His old boss picks him up and stretches him out, and he kind of goes through the building and then drops down the skyscraper. Pre-CGI, it looked really great, and you always wonder if the restoration stuff is gonna make it look better or worse. This just made it all look better. And then you remember one thing. This is a Richard Donner movie. And if you know Richard Donner, rest in peace, one of the greatest directors of all time, he did it all. Richard Donner is a man that did The Goonies, The Omen, Lethal Weapon, Scrooge, literally one of the greatest directors of all time. He could do it all, whatever genre it was, so he killed Scrooged. So this movie, top to bottom, looked and sounded out of this world good. I really couldn't think of, I was watching it, I couldn't see or think of anything that just didn't look great. Especially the opening scene where Bill is going through, the new Scrooge trailer that he's going to play on TV, and he has this crazy version of, like, people getting gunned down, and there's like post-apocalyptic third world country footage and stuff. It's like Scrooge. It's just ridiculous, because he's trying to get ratings. Let's look at the special features that this release has to offer. We'll look at the extras, then we'll look at all the audio and subtitle and stuff like that, then we'll come right back. We have a commentary with director Richard Donner. We have a Christmas to Remember featurette, an updating Ebenezer featurette. bringing the Ghost to Life featurette, the Look of Scrooged featurette, and fun little onset with Bill Murray's and the Show Us Clips with Bill Murray's, which were cute little fun things. We have a number of audio options, the most prominent being the English 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio. We have different languages with 2.0s, Dolby Digitals, and then we have a slew of subtitles with many, many, many languages. So that's actually pretty cool if you're foreign. So I always like this, that Paramount does this. Like, you have a slew of audio options and a slew of subtitles. So in case you're like, you know, you're foreign, you got multiple choices. Odds are your language is covered. So the 4K, the HDR, like I said, made this look incredible. There was no 7.1 Dolby Vision, but the 5.1 sounded great. So for the audio people, I can understand you may be a little bit bummed that there's no Dolby audio, but it did sound, the 5.1 sounded really good. And I think for most people that'd be great, but for the top audio people, I get it. You know, you probably would have wanted the Dolby Vision. But other than that, guys, what I like about this release is how good it looks. Just truly, it is a worthy upgrade for anybody that's even remotely a fan and wants to see this movie. So here is the release, guys, of Scrooge. It's got a really shiny slipcover. There's the back. And what I like about this is they give you different art, but they gave you the classic slipcover. So the front cover looks like this, which also is the menu screen, back. And it is a 4K plus digital. So my disc is in the player. Just black case. You get a digital code. And then the disc just has the basic kind of 4K look that Paramount seems to kind of do. It's just like a solid color disc. Name of the movie, 4K, and all the little spec options in the corners. So this is coming soon this week from Paramount, guys. I can promise you this is an extremely well done 4K upgrade. If you're even remotely a fan, definitely pick this up. You're gonna love how good the picture looks. I was grinning from ear to ear watching this last night, just absolutely happy with how good it looked. The special features were all old special features, but they covered so much stuff. It's kind of hard. It would have been nice to get maybe like a retrospective from Bill years later, but I don't know if he even does that sort of thing. I haven't seen any special features with Bill really where he just like, you know, I don't know. They got Scream Factory, got Chevy Chase to talk about Nothing But Trouble, so we're breaking new ground, you know, but nothing new from Bill on here. And of course Richard Donner's passed away, which is sad, but the audio commentary with Richard is really great. I listened to about 30-40 minutes of that, and solid information, and just a great guy. Richard's one of the GOATs of all time. So guys, Scrooge comes out Tuesday. It looks absolutely incredible. If you're even remotely a fan, you're going to want to grab this because it just blows the old releases out of the water picture quality wise. Outstanding. There it is, guys. Scrooge on 4K hits this coming Tuesday. See you guys next time. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.